In the parking lot.
What's up? Say it. Say it.
No.
That was ugly.
You pressed the record button. I wasn't even ready.
Okay, you ready now? Sup?
No, I'm not. You just had to press the record button.
Yes. Come on.
Okay. Sup?
No.
The popcorn, it's not. We don't have it right here, but it's with us in spirit. And we have Waffle House. I'm trying to say my appetite for that.
You guys, I'm a little drunk. Wine drunk. I just thought they should know in case they be like, what the hell was wrong with her today?
I'm good. I'm sober.
Yeah, no, you just came from work.
I'm gonna stay sober. I got work to do. Unlike
Working
some
right
people,
now. We're working.
that just
Who you be talking to?
That just don't work and just have all the free time. Huh?
What are you talking about?
I'm saying.
What are you saying?
I said what I said.
Heard. I want
Tighten
you to
the fuck
remember.
up. Remember what I said. Huh? Put it in your nose. Oh, yeah. Hurt. Fuck. I'm saying.
I'm gonna beat your asses in this video, I promise. Keep playing with me.
Instagram is my favorite time waster app. I spend a good chunk of my free time browsing it. I've gotten my fair share of creepy DMs. I've learned to ignore them. So when I got a notification from Instagram that some random account requested to DM me, I didn't sweat it. I did, however, just open the DM because I always do out of curiosity. The DM was a link to another Instagram profile named Perfect Always with a Z. I pressed the link and it opened this page with a bunch of pictures of girls, like young girls, seemingly varying in ages from 13 to 20.
Okay.
As I continued to scroll through the account, I picked up on an unsettling fact, that all the pictures seemed to have been taken in secret. Like one girl was on a school bus, one was sitting on a park bench, one was taken from behind a bush of a...
Like one of those
candid.
How you say it? Is that how you say it?
Candid.
Yeah, one of them, like them. Oh, God, that's nasty. Just taking photos of random people, just...
Random little children.
That's what they doing now. Not now, they've been...
Show people's.
We got jokes.
We do.
Okay, you keep that same energy. I got you.
You do too.
Okay.
girl walking on a sidewalk. One was taken of a group of girls at a college campus. Expecting to find perverted comments on the posts, all I found were positive comments like "keep up the good work" and "nice." There were also some comments with random numbers, like 500, and that's it. And every single account that commented appeared to be spam accounts, like no profile pictures and no followers. It was a weird and creepy account, so I reported it and sent a link of it to my friend Allie. Then I went about my business. I was at school when all this happened, so I couldn't give it too much attention to begin with. It wasn't until after school when I got home that Allie finally texted back saying, "OMFG, who did that? That's crazy." I replied, "I know, it's so creepy." She seemed more concerned and shocked than I was expecting her to be. She replied saying, "You need to report that to the police right away." I replied back, "Why me? It's not exactly my problem." She replied back with nothing but question marks mixed with exclamation points. So I said, "Why are you freaking out?"
Okay. You got any more oranges? Because you just smacked. You dead ass?
That's it. Marcus, for what?
Hello, because you just in my ear.
I'm sorry.
You in my ear.
I'm sorry.
You
So
smacking
we...
your...
I'm sorry.
Get off me.
Oh, that's how you acting? Bet.
I told you to keep that same energy, right? You done eating?
Maybe.
Stop smacking. What are you... Ain't nothing in there.
It was juicy. The orange was juicy. But okay. No, because I'm doing too much. Come on. Play the video.
Same.
She said, "Why don't you care about someone posting pictures of you on their Instagram?" My heart sank. I immediately rushed to click the link again and view the profile. This time there were 2 new photos uploaded to the page. One of a girl in the passenger seat of an SUV, and one a picture of me walking home. It was taken from inside a car parked on the side of the road. I remembered seeing that car, and I remembered noticing...
Okay, so when I'm walking, right, especially when I was a kid, and I still do this now, though,
you don't walk nowhere. First of all, pause. Yo, Marcus really be acting like I just get on his whole entire
I don't walk
nerves.
nowhere. I drive everywhere, huh?
Where do you walk, sir?
I drive everywhere.
On the treadmill? Where do you walk?
I drive everywhere.
Oh, from the parking lot to Chipotle.
I drive everywhere. Huh?
Yeah, you do. Where do you walk?
Everywhere. I drive oh, it's how you drive to the mailbox. Right. I park right in front of the Chipotle and I drive all the way up
Yo,
there.
Marcus
Right.
be acting. Pipe the fuck down.
What do you mean?
Pipe
I drive everywhere. Right?
Pipe down.
I drive.
Pipe down. Pipe down.
I drive everywhere, right? Right.
For the most part, besides walking from his house to the mailbox, besides walking from the parking lot in his car where he drove to Chipotle, Marcus drives everywhere. You walk from one door, his car door, to another door because you have driven somewhere.
But I still be walking.
You doing too much.
I don't.
Pipe down.
I don't.
Pipe down.
I'm just saying I
Pipe down.
walk. I just say I walk.
Y'all heard me, right? Oh, okay. Because I think that you're confused. I'm going to start the video so you can get yourself together. Get yourself together.
someone sitting in it. This just seemed unreal. I called Allie at once, freaking out. I told her why I didn't understand at first and explained how some random account DM'd me the link. Allie told me to report it to Instagram and the police. I told her I reported it to Instagram already and told her to do the same. I stayed locked in my room talking to Allie for at least an hour as I was home alone. The next time I refreshed that Instagram page, it said this page does not exist.
Single to married
First
guy.
thought, okay, it blocked me, so I asked Allie to refresh it as well, and it said the same thing for her. We both used our Finsta accounts to confirm that it was removed, and it was. The account no longer appeared. I still don't know if it was taken down by Instagram or if the creator of the account deactivated it. I also have no idea what those numbers in the comments meant. Either way, it seemed like one big setup thing, and I'm scared to know any other details about what was going on with that Instagram page.
Okay.
This situation happened in my first year of high school. I was 15 years old and lived pretty far from school, which resulted in me taking public transportation to and from there. My Instagram was set to public back then, and I never really cared much about who followed me, which, in retrospect, being a young teen, I should have. My page was pretty standard. I was visible in most of my posts, posing by myself or with a couple of my friends for the most part. I also post a lot of my story, which for those of you who don't know, allows users to share photos and videos to their story for 24 hours. In those stories, I would sometimes include a shot of me waiting for the bus or at the subway with music playing in the background. I remember posting such one day, and randomly looking at my stories and seeing who viewed them. I had around 120 views, most of them from people I knew. One account in particular stuck out. The profile pic showed an unfamiliar middle-aged man. The selfie was taken at a weird close-up angle, like those cliché parent selfies. He had seen every one of my stories posted. I didn't really think that much of it, and continued about my day. Hours later, when I was nearing sleep at around 2 a.m., I got notifications that that same man had requested to DM me, followed me, and liked all my posts.
Wow.
I had about 12 posts, so it wasn't...
If you're a girl, you know that's normal. I don't care how old you are. That's so normal. That happens all the time. That crap is creepy. Like, such and such at underscore such and such, just like 70 pictures. Very much.
I can relate to that.
Sorry. It's something for attractive.
Oh. That's...
Request to DM, add you to a group chat. Like, it's a lot of creepy stuff out there on the internet. If you just ignore it, you'll be fine. But still, like,
Nah. Well, I mean, to some people, I don't. That shit kind of still happens, and whether or not, like for me, like whether it happens one time or 2,000 times over, it still happens. Like I can't get used to that. Like that shit's.
you just don't pay any mind. You don't accept it to the end. You don't like go to the page. You just kind of like ignore it. If it's not something that you recognize, just ignore it. Especially if it's something like...
Until it gets out of hand.
But even then, like, I don't post. I'm very intentional about what I post. Like, if I am posting my location, I'm not posting where I am presently. Like, say if I'm out at, like, even I'm at work, I won't post Chipotle and such and such at the time that I'm at Chipotle. Like, I'll wait.
Yeah. Well, what's the name? Meek Mill said one of his raps. He was like, "Don't ever post me in real time." Yeah.
I mean, because it's really hard to find where I live, especially where I live. Like, it's out in the cut. Atlanta's a big place. It's small, but it's big. So you can come find me if you want to, child. You can try if you want to. Yeah.
You got some people out there that was gonna really try.
Please don't do that. Don't do that.
You gotta watch what she said on YouTube.
I know. That's why I don't have a channel. I'm very open and free, and I keep forgetting some of y'all are clucked. Get that gene. Quick little insert. Buy a shirt. Buy some Gattor merch.
Link in the description.
Link in the description. Link in his bio on his Instagram page. Is it in your Twitter?
Mm-hmm.
It's on his Twitter feed, but yeah. I sense cluckness.
Okay. All right.
A crazy amount of notifications. I opened his DM and it just said, "Hey," with a smiley face. I definitely found this crazy weird, so I didn't respond and checked his profile. His username was odd. Sam with a bunch of numbers. He only had one post, the weird angled selfie with 2 likes. I finally got a decent look at his face. He was pale and bald with dark tinted sports glasses. He seemed to be wearing a ripped white t-shirt. He had 5 followers and was following around 400 people, which mostly consisted of teenage girls, young women, and a few celebrities. Realizing what an actual creeper this guy was, I blocked him, plain and simple. In the morning, I got off the subway stop that's next to my school and took a seat on the bench in the middle of the platform to adjust my backpack. Upon doing this, I felt someone watching me. The platform was packed with people, so I thought maybe it was just my anxiety. I rose up and turned to find the now familiar middle-aged creep staring at me. His eyes were a glossy blue color, sunken and droopy. He stood a good 20 feet from me, just gawking with an angered frown. I felt a strong urge to throw up and cry at the same time. My skin prickled and my whole body filled with fear. Everything I was feeling was multiplied by 1,000 as I realized he was slowly walking towards me. No one paid him any attention. No one batted an eye. And I remember breathing hard and heavily, wishing someone would pick up on what was happening. I turned and speed walked around and past people trying to lose him.
Ladies, wherever you are, let me tell you something. By the time that you reach 14, 15, or whatever age your parents start letting you go places without them by yourself, especially public transportation, that includes Lyft and Uber, you need to have all these things I'm going to mention. 1, several guy friends that you can call on as need be. 2, have a voice, have courage to speak the fuck up when you're uncomfortable. 3, uncles, play uncles, father figures, deacons, den fathers, whatever. Males, grown males who, if you pick up the phone and you call them, they answer. Ones who are not creeps, who wouldn't be out there doing the same thing. Because some of our uncles, not even gonna flex, they're a little creepy. I got a cousin or 2 who I don't know very well. They're not very close cousins. They're like fifth cousins or something. But anyways, people who you can call, and you also need to be able to speak the fuck up. Do something when you're not comfortable, especially when you're in a public place. Don't let somebody just follow you. Don't just be like, oh, well, it'll be fine. Oh, I'll just keep going. Oh, I'm not going to say a thing. Not going to draw attention to myself. No, because that's how you get clucked up. No. Speak the fuck up and say something. Say something, right? Because that can be the difference between life or death. That could be the difference between having your innocence and not having that shit anymore. That could be the difference between you being present and you being gone. Disappeared. Speak the fuck up. You're in a train full of people. Say something. Sir, back the fuck up away from me. I started taking public transportation by myself when I was 17. By myself. Oh, fuck. I used to take it with my friends. It was 3 of us. It was 4 of us, sorry. 3 girls and a guy. And the guy at the time was my boyfriend. The other 2 girls were my best friends. Like, even though he was like, I'm not gonna say he was soft, but he wasn't like, like a hardcore dude. He wasn't gonna let anybody step to any one of us. And when I started taking it by myself, going to and from work or taking it at night, taking the bus at night, I would get on the phone with whatever guy I was with or just whatever guy friend, or get on the phone with somebody and just be like, stay on the phone until I get to my door. No. Don't just be like, oh, it's fine. Don't not say anything. Don't not say anything. You don't have to feel uncomfortable. You don't have to feel violated. You don't have to feel any kind of way. Speak up. Speak up. Speak up. Speak up. I'm done. That's my PSA.
Also have something to protect yourself with. And some Adidas. And I was going to
I'm sorry, I talked for a while.
Yeah, she didn't really say nothing. If I was in her shoes, all I would have said was, don't say nothing after I say this for like a good 5 seconds. I was gonna say, if I was in her shoes,
Yeah. Because even though there's a lot of people that won't do anything, somebody will. There's a lot of people who will watch and call the police and record what happens, but at least they'll call the police. At least that help will scare somebody away.
Yeah, I mean, I joke around a lot about not doing nothing, minding your business. But when stuff like this, there's really some people out here that would just literally watch what's going on
and not say shit. That's not cute. Marcus jokes around like that.
That's
but
not handsome.
Actually, it's not handsome. It's not cute. It's not sexy. It's not classy. It's not cool. Okay, put the tongue in your mouth, nigga. Come on.
You said put the tongue in your mouth.
It's not. It's not. Marcus be talking shit, but he don't do that in real life.
I be joking around.
He don't do that in real life.
Though with each step I took back, he took 2 steps forward. He was getting a lot closer to me by the second. It was all happening so fast, and I honest to God didn't know whether to continue to run or attempt to draw attention to him. I ran into a woman with a seemingly friendly face on the stairs, and that's when I decided on the ladder. I told her that guy in white is following me. As I spoke, I heard my own voice quiver, and that's when I realized how afraid and panicked I actually was. She noticed the man I was referring to at the bottom of the steps, and right away she called him out. She told him to stop following me or she'd call the police. Her shouts made him freeze as others began to stop and take note of the situation. She stood protectively in front of me, waiting for his next move. I took the opportunity to snap a quick pic of his face that I would later use to report him. In my head, all I thought was, he's not going to do anything with people watching me. He can't be that stupid. And I was right, he turned around and got on the next subway train. The woman walked me to my school, and on the way, I couldn't help but wonder how that man could have possibly found me. And then I remembered, I posted a story of the subway stop I got off. That realization alone made my skin crawl and taught me a very important lesson to never reveal your specific location to your public social media. After the woman walked me to my school, I thanked her and actually gave her a hug. I don't know what I would have done if she hadn't stepped in. I wasn't brave enough to say anything to the man, so frozen in fear. But that woman was, and I'm forever grateful for her. And I hope that if anyone is ever in her position, that they will step in and use their voice to help.
Okay.
The internet and social media can be a very dangerous thing.
I
This
would hate
personal
to have that
experience of
many.
mine is a prime example of
Oh
what I
my
mean.
god. I would hate to have that many notifications. It would literally give me a panic attack. As soon as I get one notification, I'm
In one
checking it.
Snapchat. Oh my god.
I'm checking it immediately and then I'm dismissing it. No, because I hate notifications. I hate notifications to everything.
It's a Viber.
It's like WhatsApp. It's like a free call app.
Oh, speaking of WhatsApp, my dumbass, when I was in North Carolina, I didn't really think much of it until after the fact. I had a WhatsApp and I made it public. I had so many fans.
Oh.
I was talking to so many of them. That shit was getting out of hand. That was like my fucking, it was like my own phone number or some shit. Like,
Yeah.
nah, I messed up by doing that. Like, I don't mind talking to y'all, but like, not on no, like, I mean, I'll talk to some of y'all on a personal level, but like, not all of y'all. Not all at once.
It's a lot of y'all motherfuckers. It's enough of y'all motherfuckers to give somebody a panic attack.
It was just out, man. That was bad time.
But it's no Instagram, no Twitter. I'm sorry, real quick. What are you doing with your life? How many unnecessary things do you subscribe to the fact that you have over 300 emails? That's over 300 unopened emails. You know, a lot of the shit that you like subscribe to, that goes to spam, to like your, social and promotion.
Mm-hmm.
If you have 300 plus emails in your inbox, my life would literally be null and void if I missed that many emails. Okay, I'm not gonna pause it no more, sorry.
I've had an Instagram account for like 7 years now. I used to post on it a lot more when I was younger. These days I really don't post at all, and I only open the app like once a day just to browse my friends' posts or whatever. Well, recently I lost my phone. I figured it was time for a new one anyway though. I did try the whole find my iPhone thing, but it said my phone was like 30 miles away. It just wasn't worth it for that old phone. Moving on, one day not too long ago, I got a DM from a kid from high school that I hadn't spoken to in years. In fact, I didn't even follow him. I peeped what he DM'd me, and it was a heads up message. He was bringing it to my attention that someone was using my pictures on a fake Instagram account. He shared the profile in question with me, so I had a look and realized he was right. There was this entire account pretending to be me, just using a different name. There were pictures I'd never even posted on Instagram before on there, pictures exclusive to my old phone. My head was spinning. I actually felt sick over this. I immediately assumed whoever found my old phone somehow bypassed the password. The account had 50 followers and it was following around 150 people. The posts all got like 5 to 10 likes. Most had no comments, but some had basic comments like a flame emoji or whatever. This account was literally pretending to be me. It had a story posted, so I went to check that, and I felt even more sick to my stomach. It was a boomerang panning from my house to my car over and over, as if they were showing off both. A boomerang is basically just a looping 2-second video that goes back and forth from one point to another. This meant whoever was doing this knew where I lived, and had any other information I may have still had on that phone. The story was posted only a few hours ago. I immediately thought to go to find my iPhone settings and turn on lost mode. I regretted not doing that the second I lost that phone now. When I tracked my old phone one last time, I was in for another horrible surprise. It said the location of my old phone was right outside our house somewhere. There's a lot of space between houses in our gated community, so there was no mistaking that person was still out there on the property somewhere. I turned on lost mode on the old phone, then ran downstairs to get my roommate Corey's attention. It seemed he was already occupied, though, by his husky barking at something in the backyard. Corey was standing by the door watching his dog. I explained in as few words as possible because I felt the situation was dire. We stepped out into the yard together to call his dog in. He was out in the grass barking rather viciously at someone or something out of sight. The dog was barely visible because it was so dark out. We went together to grab the dog by the collar, and as we got hold of him, we saw someone in the bushes run away into the patch of trees that separated our house from the next house. It was like a jump scare moment in a horror movie. That dark figure I saw run into the trees had to be the stalker pretending to be me on Instagram. I just knew it. We brought the dog inside and locked the door. You may ask, why didn't we let the dog chase down whoever it was? That's because Corey's dog is all bark, no bite. He wouldn't ever harm a fly. At some point in the middle of the night, the dog started barking again downstairs by the front door. This was very unusual behavior, so Corey and I both checked out the windows and then stepped outside. It was the most scared I had ever felt in my life, standing on the front porch, looking out into the dark night, knowing someone was out there probably watching us. We went back inside, and for the rest of the night, silence. I think whoever had my phone turned it off or smashed it after I put it in lost mode to avoid it being tracked any further. I say this because it would no longer update the location. I checked everywhere by the last known location, but it didn't turn up. After DMing that account that I knew who they were and was filing a report to the police, the account disappeared only a few minutes later. I don't think it was deactivated. I think it was completely deleted. My threat seemed to work. Like I said, this was recently though, and I'm still staying very aware of my surroundings.
You got some.
Marcus, get your people.
Yeah, they my peoples. If they my peoples, they your peoples. I've met a lot of creepy people through Instagram and just through the internet alone, and I don't understand why some people do what they do.
Like, what y'all got going on?
Especially like just taking random pictures of people. Like, yeah, that
What if you had a
is.
stalker?
Huh?
What if you had a stalker?
They know this, but I don't think I never told you that. I had two of them in my life.
Like actual stalkers?
In a sense, the first one, it was kind of like it wasn't that bad, but like we had homeroom. I think that's what they called it.
Marky, stop acting like you're 50. You're not 50. High school was not that long ago.
It was. For me, it was. So.
Old ass.
Whenever we had homeroom, she would just stare me down. Pretty much the whole time we was in that room together, among other people, and she would just find a way to just like be near me for some reason. That's not as bad. But then recently, like when I worked at Publix, this girl would literally follow me around the store. It was mentally there was something wrong with her. But she would follow me around the store. She would ask other employees where I was. She would constantly ask me if I had a girlfriend. No matter where I was, she would be right there. And then whenever I said something to her, she would be like, she would be like kind of
Chumpy.
yeah. I remember like one time.
Y'all, Marcus is not that fine. Relax.
I remember one time when we was bagging. I was at the end of a register and she was at the end of a register. We were both bagging. She just kept looking.
Oh, she worked there?
Yeah.
Oh.
She kept bagging. Yo, that's not funny. And she still works there, so I don't know how she.
Which one?
You don't know her. I don't know. Told you about.
Which Publix?
Oh, you in Villa.
Heard.
It's out there. I'm not saying specific because people
Can we go?
can. Out there?
We can go tomorrow.
Why?
I'm curious.
No.
I'm curious.
Why?
I'll tell you after the video. I'm curious. So, I'm sorry that happened to you. Have I ever had a stalker? No, but I did have guys that had creepy crushes on me in middle school.
What's a creepy crush?
Well, they were mentally ill, or they had like mental illnesses, like. But it was like physical and mental. I'm not sure what it was though. So it was these two twins in my class when I was in middle school. And it like the illness stunted their growth. And they were older than all of us, but they were in a younger grade than me. So I was in 8th grade. They were like in 7th grade. But they were older than me by like a few years. And they were like physically underdeveloped. Like obviously they were virgins, but they also weren't like sexually mature. So like they were just hitting puberty, or they were just becoming comfortable with their sexuality. So like they would be touching themselves and they would get boners at the most awkward moments. And they would just do stuff that was just off the wall.
I mean, I can relate to getting boners at awkward times.
But it was it was several things. Like it was an accumulation of things. Like I understand that guys get boners at awkward times, but like you get a boner, right? Like because you see something or just whatever, and you're like at whoever it is that you're just like, and you're like intentionally like making weird, creepy conversation with them, like.
Oh. No, that's creepy.
And I was 13, so I was very like unacquainted with my own sexuality, so it was just very much like, fuck. But yeah, that's my story. But I've never had a stalker that bad. Not somebody that I work with.
Yeah, I had my fair share of creepy people. In real life and through on the internet. But
on the internet, yeah, but I didn't really pay that no mind. On college campus. Yeah, but I was in shows and in rehearsal and in class all the time. I wasn't just hanging out on campus or at campus parties. So I wasn't just around where you could find me. I was always somewhere specific. So if you didn't know where I was, you just didn't know where the fuck I was. But yeah, no, I had a couple niggas DM me. Y'all niggas is creepy. No is a real answer. If she says no the first time, you probably can't change it. Especially as if, can we spend time together? I like you. And she says no, I promise you, you're not going to change your mind. It's not going to happen. If you do change your mind, she'll come to you. But that's all I have to say. I'm tired. Anything else? I'm not drunk anymore, though. I'm a little out of it, but I'm not drunk.
Oh God, yeah. If there's anyone that ever experienced what the girl on the subway experienced, I am so sorry that has happened to you. But that shit is real. And
Speak up, love.
they said he said something in the video. It was like, if you think, oh, that's what he said. She was like, oh, he's not going to do anything because there's people around. You got some real ballsy people out here that don't care about nothing except you, apparently.
Yeah,
and sees nothing around. Like, oh God, those people are scary.
Yeah.
Who just be doing shit in public.
Yeah. And if sometimes if you don't speak up, nobody else will. Because people don't want to. I mean, there's a lot of shit going on today where motherfuckers just be doing they dirt in public. They be doing their bedroom shit in public. So people don't know. People don't want to get involved. If you don't say something, then nobody else will feel like they have to most of the time. So speak up. You have the right to speak up. It's your voice. It's your body. It's your life. Speak the fuck up.
With that being said, keep it cool, keep it classy, and I love you. Stay happy. My fam.